Hi everyone, it's Nancy back with more of What Have I Been Reading? I have four very good books for you this time. The first is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. He has written several, one of the first ones he wrote was The Final Girls, very good book, and this is no different than that. Um, Home Before Dark is the story of a young family that lived in Baneberry Hall. Baneberry Hall is one of the main characters of this book in that it has a very mysterious past and it's a ghost story. So you are back and forth with the character Maggie, who was the daughter of the parents that owned the home toward the end there. And for the rest of it, actually, she found out that her dad kept it, even though they had run away from the place because it was haunted, and or so they thought. Um, so the story is about Maggie and how she reckons with, after her father's death, with the fact that he still owned this house, which she did not know. Um, and he wrote a book about the horrors of this home. And in writing it, she found his notes, and she did a little research on her own to find out that the past of this hall, Baneberry Hall, um, there was more to it. So some things were explained, not well, but they were explained. But it's still a haunted home, and how she reckons with the end of it is for you to find out when you read it. So give it a try. Thanks. Um, the next one I read was The Shadows by Alex North. His previous book was The Whisper Man, which was a good thriller. It's kind of spooky. The Shadows, again, is about a group of young boys, one of whom went missing. They were psychologically tied together in that they lived in the dream world. They put a lot of weight on their dreams. One of those boys decided to break away from the group because it started to make him uncomfortable. And there was, like I said, one of the boys went missing. And so things just kind of fell apart in this little town then. And you know how stories that pertain to one area, urban legends, are formed. Well, the Shadows is part of the urban legend of this town of these boys, and the story then picks up when Paul comes back to take care of his mother, who is dying, and has to face these things because as soon as he turned 18, he was gone. Never looked back. Never came back. Just wanted out, and this one will keep you on the edge of your seats. It's really good. The third book I have here, sorry, I got ahead of myself, is The Golden Cage by Camilla Läckberg. It's translated from the Swedish, so there is a little bit of that in the story, but it is the ultimate story of revenge. Faye and her husband Jack, married several years. She did the whole went to school, went to work, quit school, went to work, supported her husband while he did all the schooling, and got his business off the ground, doing well. He's a millionaire. It's fantastic. And he decides to get rid of her. So she regroups and has the ultimate revenge. So pick this one up. It's kind of a fun palate cleanser. And the final recommendation I have for you guys today is called The Swap by Robin Harding. I know she has others out there. I'm not, right now I can't think of what they are. But I have not read her before, so this was just a fun read that came highly recommended to me. It is about an very charismatic, self-centered woman um, called Freya, who is married to a um athlete, professional athlete, and the swap takes place when she befriends another woman in town who runs a bookstore and her husband, and they decide to do psychedelic mushrooms, and the swap happens. The fifth character in this book is a young girl by the name of Lou, I think it was. Um, at any rate, she is a quiet, quiet girl and awkward, very tall, lanky. And where this takes place is in a town that is known for the subculture of uh, freedom of sex, for a better lack of a better term, freedom of partners, cultish type of thing. And that's where this girl comes, is a commune, basically, that her parents live in, where her parents then, after she was a toddler, decided to each take a different spouse, and then they've had children after that that all live there. And so she's very ostracized, or feels very ostracized on the outside. Um, her fitting into this is that Freya befriends her, and because of her charisma, the girl falls in love with her, or she thinks she does. And the way that this is written, you wonder what is going to happen next, because after the swap, the couple that owns the bookstore and is an author, they are racked with guilt over what had happened and really don't talk to each other about it. And they had trouble trying to conceive a child and wanted one very badly. And that is the underlying tone of this story. And that after the swap, Freya finds out she's pregnant. And the question becomes then, is it her husband's, who don't know, or because of the timing, is it this Brian's, because of the swap? And the jealousy of the girl in this, because she desperately wants to be loved by someone other than, because her parents don't have time for her. They just don't make time for her. So it's a good story, and at the end you're going, oh my gosh, how is this going to resolve itself? I really don't know where this is going. So it was a very fast read for me, and I do recommend it. That's all that I have for you guys today. Again, all of these things are available for curbside pickup at our library, or some of them are available on Overdrive or Hoopla, and all you need is your library card to get them. So as always, stay home, stay safe, and read.